Today I want to share with you the story of a family came to me after a catastrophic event where the wife of two children, married wife of two children, was unfortunately killed in a terrible accident involving a bus. And the question that that family had for me is, what type of compensation in the state of New York can I recover? My name is Dallin Fuchs, and I'm a member of the law firm Queller, Fuchs & Cool, and we handle serious personal injury and wrongful death cases in the state of New York. Now, in this particular situation, the wife who died in the accident, she was a housewife caring for two children. She didn't earn any money in a job, and she didn't contribute money to the family. And I was asked about the laws relating to wrongful death cases. So I explained to the family that the two major types of compensation in wrongful death cases in the state of New York are for pain and suffering prior to death and for economic loss or actual monetary loss. Now, in the particular case of this family, the woman was fortunate enough not to suffer any pain and suffering prior to death. The death was immediate. But also she wasn't earning any money and contributing any money to the family. So I was asked, under the laws of the state of New York, what can I recover? Well, we had to go and look for other areas of economic loss which we could claim in the case. And in the state of New York, another measure of economic loss is the economic value of the loss of parental guidance. So that was one thing, as I explained to the family, that we could do for them in this case, that we could make, and we did make, a claim for the loss of parental guidance of the mother that would have gone to the two young children that were now left without this parent. That's one aspect of economic loss. Another way that you can measure economic loss, even though it might not sound like a monetary or an economic thing, is the loss of services to the husband. And that's something we also maximized. And ultimately, we took the case to trial. We had a significant verdict, and the case ultimately resolved under those circumstances. Now, the reason it's very important that your attorney understand the ins and outs of what type of compensation can be had in a wrongful death case in the state of New York is that most people don't realize that you cannot recover money in the state of New York for emotional distress, except in very specific circumstances, which we can talk about at another time. So in almost all situations, just because you lost a loved one, it would be natural to say, oh, I'm entitled to compensation for the terrible emotional distress that I am feeling and my children are feeling for the loss of the loved one. No, in the state of New York, there's absolutely no right to a recovery for that element of damages. So when you're interviewing a lawyer, you need to ask them, what is your experience with handling wrongful death cases? Please explain to me what types of recovery I can have even in a situation where I might otherwise be limited. I'm here to answer your questions. We're all here at Queller, Fuchs & Cool to answer any question you may have. And if you're watching this video, the chances are that you may have had a catastrophe in your family. We're here to answer your questions and to help you. Thank you for watching.